Hello everybody, Joan Nielsen here, just getting ready to do my yoga. It's a little overcast today, but there's the sun coming up, at least this morning. We never know what it's going to be today. Looks like there's going to be blue skies and sunshine, lots of fun. Where are you going to be in 5 years? I was watching a YouTube video with Jim Rohn. I love watching him. I love experiencing what he has to teach, even though he's no longer with us. He has so much to teach us. And one of the things he talked about is about where you're going to be in 5 years. And I started really thinking about it because I've done this for a few years, well, periodically. But I never really sat down until recently, started really thinking, where do I want to be in 5 years? And I know a while ago, quite a long while ago now, one of the things I always wanted to do or be was just be happy. I found myself in relationship, not just romantic relationship, but relationship after relationship, in abusive, manipulative, really unhealthy relationships, and through friends as well as romantic. And it just seemed like everywhere was always that, and I always just wanted to be happy and to be at peace, to be in harmony with everything, and to be joyful. And it seemed like it was always impossible. It seemed like that my goal, my dream, my desire to be happy was always due to outside situations or outside people, like people outside myself. And because of this, I just couldn't find my own happiness, and I couldn't. And at the time, of course, I never realized that it all comes from within, right? So I had to get to a place where I had to say, okay, no more. I no longer want abusive people in my life. I no longer want to listen to all that negativity. I no longer want all that drama and stress and all that. I need to break free. And so I had to break free and had to start myself on that process. Looking back, I would never recognize today the person I was back then, because so much has changed. But it's all in little things. Like 5 years ago, even if I go back 5 years and look and say, oh, I see, look how much I've grown, and 5 years before that, and so on and so forth. And so if you sit here today and you go, 5 years from now, where would I like to be? Who would I like to be? Where would I like to live? What would I like to be doing? What would my day look like? What kind of fun would I have? All these different things that you would really like. And you look at where you are now, and like a lot of the times I would just say things like, I just don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this situation. I'm not sure where I want to be. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what and now I realize, like yesterday while I was listening to this, Jim said, if you just turn in a different direction, you'll see something different. So from now, if you just turn yourself to the direction you want to go, and if you don't know what you want to do or who you want to be or anything like that, then it's time to start looking inside you. Start finding what it is that makes you happy. Well, of course, nothing makes you happy except your own thoughts, but what gives you that? What could you see yourself doing? And if you think it's impossible, then let go of all your limitations and dream big. because you never know what's going to happen. Okay? So I was talking to my husband about it last night, and he gave me another thought process, which is, I said direction. Of course, he's very creative, and he thinks directory, like, you know, like being shot in a cannon, and you're going to go in a different direction if you point the cannon in a different direction. And so it's all the same. It doesn't matter how you look at it. If you want to get somewhere different, you have to put yourself in a different direction and start going. So for me, I'm going to get more in detailed with, oh, another thing before I stop about Jim Rohn, is that he stated that stop putting things on other people, stop relying on them. So if you're thinking, okay, like you're with someone, say a business partner, and you're thinking, well, as soon as they get their done, then, you know, we'll be over here. Instead of doing that, take it upon yourself to do your own work. So even if it's writing down, like we talked about, I've talked about several times about what you're focusing on and believing, and if you are putting the energy out there that you that they're not doing their work, then it's time to go back inside yourself and see the outcome of what you're wanting. So no matter who's doing what work or how it's getting done, this is the outcome of it, and this is what's going to be getting done. And so you're going to see, and you're going to visualize, and you're going to focus on what it is you want done, instead of focusing on what's not being done, instead of focusing on and sometimes you just got to let it go completely, because your energy is not there, the focus is not there, you're getting too frustrated with the situation, right? So let that all go then. Don't look at it, don't think about it. Get back to you. What can you do? What can you do to create what it is you're wanting? 5 years from now, where do you want to be? Nobody else is involved in that. You, your dream, your big dream. Where do you want to live? It doesn't matter who you want to live with or anything like that. Nothing else matters. All that matters is that you are taking responsibilities. I have little birds that are surrounding me. That you are taking responsibility for you in 5 years. I had to take responsibility for me. I had to find out that I'm responsible for my own happiness. I'm responsible for who I am today and for who I was then, right? And I'm responsible for all of that. And I needed to learn to forgive. I needed to let all that go. I needed to learn to be the powerful being I came here to be. I needed to learn to be confident. I needed to learn to love myself. I needed to learn to do the mirror work. I needed to learn all that to realize that my own happiness, that being in love with my life, that being in love with myself, had to come from within me. To be at peace, I had to learn that that comes from within me. So all you need to do is focus on who you want to be, where you want to be, what you want to be doing, and in 5 years from now, what does that look like? What does your life look like in 5 years? 5. You don't have to worry about how you're going to do it. Dream big. Dream big. Be as big as you want to be. Don't worry about all the limits or what could stop you or anything like that. Just dream big. Think of it. Where will you be in 5 years? And then start taking it, start going in that direction. It's going to be a fun ride. So do some homework. Sit with yourself. Figure out where you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to be doing in 5 years. Spend time with it. Share this video because it could help someone else. Like this video if it helped you. And make an amazing day, everybody. I love you.